I'm Ryan Wiersmerica, and I'm going to show you how to build a road in Ecuador. I'm going to show you the things to look out for, how to pick a good construction foreman, the price that it cost me to build the road, and some of the problems that you can run into when you do build a road. For example, I ran into the problem of the military, and we'll get to that a bit later. First of all, I'm from Canada, and my story starts at the age of 19. When I started traveling, I knew right then and there that I was going to live in a tropical place because I hate the cold and because I love beach lifestyle. At the age of 25, I bought my very first piece of land in Ecuador. And now, at the age of 32, I'm going to build my dream house. I'm going to document the whole thing so if any other people are interested in doing a similar thing like building in Ecuador, you'll know the do's and don'ts on how to build a place in Ecuador. So come on, follow me, and I'm going to show you how to build a road. The first thing after buying the land, I decided to build a road. This was because my land was up on a hill with a beautiful view. But when it rained, it turned into a bit of a slip and slide and was difficult to get up. So I decided to build 2 concrete pads, one for each tire of a vehicle, to go all the way up to my land. The road was going to be approximately 80 meters long. So what do I need to do first? The first thing you need to do is find a good maestro. What is a maestro? A maestro is a construction foreman. He is your carpenter or project manager. And what he'll do is pick a team to help build what you want. The most important thing about living or building in Ecuador is the people you know. Basically, people are going to give you information. They're going to tell you if the maestro is honest and does good work, or if he does bad work and is dishonest. And the more people you know, the more three-dimensional picture you'll get in picking a good maestro. And my maestro was Pedro. This is Pedro. And he priced out how much it would cost to build my road. Now that price came to about 15,000 US dollars. Now there was 2 neighbors on my hill that would benefit from the road, so I called them up and told them what I was going to do. The first neighbor was a Belgian guy at the top of the hill. And because he wasn't there a lot, he said he would not put any money into the road. Damn it. The next was a good old French Canadian, and his name was Pat, and he agreed to put up 5,000 US dollars. Perfect. Now the process of building the road was first to get a machine to dig 2 lanes like this. Now the machine costs roughly about $280 a day, and for that you would get a machine like this. Next, after the lanes were built, we would put big fucking rocks down, which was our base. In the picture you can see the big rocks that we have getting used and putting down into the 2 lanes. The next step was to add smaller rocks to fill the space of the larger rocks, and then we would wet it and compact it down like this. So this is where things got a little tricky with the military. Remember, Ecuador's oil and gas is a federal business, and they take that business very seriously. My land is behind a pipeline road like this, and we needed to use the road to transfer material to my land. Now I was well aware I needed a permit, but I did the old ask for forgiveness then permission. Well, one of our neighbors called the military, and because it's a federal problem, we were welcomed with 10 well-armed vehicles with a bunch of well-armed Ecuadorians, automatic rifle in hand. And they told us that we can't use the road without a permit, and if they catch us again, we'll be going to jail. Damn it. Well, me and Pedro decided that a permit would take too damn long. So in this one teeny tiny time in our life, we were going to take the rules and bend them. So what we did was a black ops mission. During the middle of the night,
we would pay a little extra and got the rest of the materials to the top of the land. And this was a smashing success. And the building continued. So now the road had the big rocks at the bottom, small rocks in the sand to fill the hole, and it was compacted down. And now it was time to build the framework and pour on the concrete. Like all concrete, we made rebar framework to pour over like this. After the frames were built, we started pouring in concrete. Now we didn't use a concrete truck. We used a small mixer like this and poured the concrete into wheelbarrows and ran them up and down the hill, and then would pour them into the frames. After the concrete's in the frames, the maestro does the final finish and we move on to the next step. We do this on and on until the road is complete. Now my road is a bit overkill, but I do know it will last forever, and if I ever sell, the people will know it was done right.
Also, for $15,000, I got 2 concrete pads that go up a hill 80 meters, and that's not too bad either. Again, the most important step is to find a good maestro. And like all contractors in all countries, a bad contractor can cost you a lot of money and wasted time. I worked with Pedro, and I have to say he did a damn good job. And because of the good job he did, I'm going to use him to build my house. The final tip I'm going to tell you is when you do any building in Ecuador, you have to be there every single day. The reason for this is simple. You create presence. You will see the things happen, and you'll be making sure all the workers are actually working. You're going to make sure they're not stealing from you or slacking on the job. The most important thing about building this road is I got to see the character of the men that I'm going to work with when building my place. And for the small price of $15,000, I know if I have a team that's going to work hard for me, or I'm going to have a bunch of lazy people that are going to slack on the job and try to gouge me for every penny I'm worth. So if you're not watching and they do poor work and take you for a fool, that's on you. Hey, thanks for watching, and if I missed anything, let me know in the comments. Really appreciate you watching. The next episode is going to be about cleaning the land and digging in the foundation. So, wait for the next one.